Hi, this is Bill. Want to make a couple videos about a project I'm working on. One of my hobbies has always been carpentry and kind of old houses. I just like to work on houses. I think it's fun. Um, One of the things I've been doing, I bought a house in a little town called Netarts, Oregon, which is a beach community, and it's a little cottage. And one of the things when we bought it, it was terribly out of level. A lot of houses down here are built on um, posts and piers, which isn't really a traditional building method down here anymore. Due to the earthquake code, you pretty much have to put everything on a concrete foundation. But this particular house is built in 1936, and it still is on a post and pier foundation. And it had really gone downhill over time. The foundation is basically sitting on actually the wood is basically sitting on the dirt. So I've spent a lot of time going in the basement or in the crawl space and digging it out and getting the proper clearance between the dirt and the bottom of the wood beams and joists. So now that I've done that, and I've got some access that I can crawl around down there, I've started leveling the house up, and I've had to raise it in one corner about 3 inches and in the rest maybe an inch or so. But I wanted to do a little video to show how I do this. If you can see in the background, there's a little laser level set up on a tripod there, right behind me. And I walk around the house and I take some shots and I make a little map and I figure out what to do when I'm underneath the house, where to jack up, and how much. So I'm just gonna show you real quick what I do. I walk around the house to different spots, and I take this tape measure, and I hope you can see it here. There's a little not sure if I can get this very well. There it is. There's a little laser that shoots a level plane around the house, and I just walk around and shoot the floor and figure out how much it needs to go up or down, which in this case it mostly needed to come up. But this gives me an idea everywhere I go and shoot how we're doing. So I go around and I do that, and that gives me information throughout the house. And then I've made this little map which tells me what I need to do underneath the house, and I go do that. And you can see a few zeros on there. I've got it level. The 0 is the benchmark, so in a lot of locations I've got it level. And actually in a couple locations I've gone too far. I've jacked it up too high, so I've got to go down there and let those down. But I'm going to go crawl underneath the house and give you another video here in a sec. I'll splice that into this video and show you what I'm doing under there. I guess the last thing I'll do here is show you a little bit what can happen once you start jacking up the foundation is things move. This is something I'm going to have to fix, but the house was remodeled, and the house was actually remodeled when it was out of level. The proper thing to do would have been to level it all off first and then go through and do the interior remodel, but they didn't do that. They did the interior remodel with the floors way out of level, and in this particular instance right here, it was about 3 inches low. And when you move a house that's all finished on the inside, when you move it and level it that much, things are gonna pop. This is the worst case right here. It looks terrible. But for the most part, the rest of the house was not that bad. So I have a few nail pops in a couple locations to do, and a couple places I got some caulking to do where there's some cracks. The tile in the kitchen is held up pretty good, but there's a couple spots where the tile has popped, and I'll have to regrout it. But it's a pretty drastic move for a house, but I wanted the house to be level. You know, you kind of want to start with a good foundation, and I finally have that. So I'll go through the interior and fix the little holes and little cracks that developed and make sure everything's safe and sound, and that's what I'm doing. I'll give you a video underneath the house here shortly.